We wince at the white coat. We wince at the white coat, but ignore that. Try to get past that. And then we'll talk about the other problems with this website. Because this is your typical chiropractor website. White coat aside here for this audience. This is one of the higher ranking chiropractors in Atlanta for Atlanta Chiropractor. And I think about what kind of conversion that they get off of a page like this. This is the second piece of the puzzle. We talked about a couple different ways that you can generate traffic to some of your digital channels. Let's figure out how we can get a little bit more of those people to show up. And chances are all of the other chiropractors in your community have websites that look like this. And there's a couple really simple things that they're not doing right. One is, where's their phone number? It's right there in the bottom. Actually, this is for Philadelphia chiropractors, but excuse me. It's right there in the bottom. What's the number one thing you want someone to do that visits your website? Oh. Yes. So for all that's holy, put it front and center. Put it up in the header. Make it blink. Make it neon. Make it 2,000 point font. Whatever you got to do to get people to click on that and click to call or pick up their phone and actually dial it in. You shouldn't be hiding your phone number. Yeah?
Do you suggest a lot where you can actually pick up the calls?
That's awesome, especially for mobile. And if you're really going to get down and dirty with advertising, call-only ads are great. Just bypass your website, right? They don't need your website. If they're searching for town name chiropractor, they need a chiropractor. So they don't need to read all that stuff. They know what they want. They're ready to pick up the phone and dial. So do something like call-only mobile ads. But yeah, you want click-to-call as well to deal with their mobile traffic. And you can tell if you're getting a lot of mobile traffic by popping into Google Analytics, if you have it. If you don't, chat with me later. And then just searching for mobile once you get into Google Analytics, and it'll tell you what proportion of your traffic is coming from mobile. If it's super duper low, chances are you're not mobile responsive and you need to change that. Yeah? Yeah, Google has a particular product on their AdWords platform called call-only mobile ads. Doesn't even go to your website. They just see the ad, and then they click the button, and then they're on the phone with your front desk people. That's a win. Yeah, you had something as well. Just stretching. All right, do we need a little seventh inning stretch? We all good? As I say, the 9 a.m. hour, you got to get people fired up. Awesome. So that's one big conversion rate issue there. The other piece is calls to action. Calls to action are a fancy marketing buzzword that means ask the people that are on your website to do something. You could sort of kind of guess what this person wants people to do on their website. I'm not sure that's the best idea, but on every single one of your pages, if your About page is about you and where you went to chiropractic school and so on and so forth, that's great. But what's at the bottom of it? You're the man. That's what I want to see on every single one of your pages. Your About page is probably one of your highest trafficked pages on your website. So if you're not looking at it as a marketing tool and just looking at it as a biography, look at it as both. But it's every single one of your pages. It's not just your contact page. It should be so darn easy for people to contact you on your website, you can hardly stand it. Every blog post, every page. There's no, tell me a page that you don't want people to pick up and call you from. There is no such one. So why don't you have that on every single one of your website pages? Real simple. Those couple tactics right there can make a gigantic difference in your conversion rate. Because people who just read something and say, oh, that's nice, and then something else comes into their life, and then they do something else, and then they forget about it. Mea culpa time. I usually have like 30 tabs open on my browser at any given moment, and then life happens. You feel my pain.
I'm just curious about calling because that's also, how do you say, staff requires staff. So I was wondering, do you really want them to follow? Do you really just want them to book? So is there statistics of like, oh, you know, age range between this and this, they're going to likely to more to call, or I mean, if they're about 70 years old, they may call you rather than go online.
Sure.
I don't know, you know, things like that. So
Sure.
I'm just saying, do you really want them to call? Do you just want them to book?
Well,
Has anyone else noticed that when people call, they tend to follow through more than when they just schedule online, or is that just me?
yeah. I've just found in my experience and working in this industry that you get higher buy-in, people actually follow through with what they say they were going to do, and then you don't get no call, no shows. And really, truly, you end up generating more people to come in for care if they pick up the phone and call. If you have a buyer persona that's absolutely super savvy and super willing to just book, outstanding. That's a win. And maybe you should think about a buyer persona that's willing to do that. And then offer them the appropriate offer, right? So if you have, as you say, the 70-year-old that there's no way that they are ever going to fill out your web form, and they're always going to call, make sure that content that's associated with that buyer persona has the give me a call. But if you have a group of people that you have a college in your town and those folks are willing to book and they're going to not show up because they're college students, not because they didn't fill out the web form properly, great. You can certainly have that as your call to action to just book straight away too. Any other thoughts or feelings on that? Yeah, I'll totally bring that out to the group.
Before we had staff, we just had a really well-scripted voicemail, and people left voicemails like all day, every day, and we just called them back on our breaks. And so as long as you're like responsive within that day, for us it wasn't a problem. We just use voicemail.
Outstanding. All right, enough of this. This is starting to pain me. Offers. We talked about the calls to action that should be on your website. Use what I call is the mafia offer. And what's the mafia offer? One you can't refuse. So what the world's the offer on your website? What the world's the offer on your social media posts? That one will work. So many times it's give us a call and book an appointment. That's great for people that are ready to do that. Give us a call, we'll book a consultation. That's great for people that are willing to do that. But what about the people who aren't quite sure? What about the people that require a little bit of nurturing to get to that point, where you might need to send them a couple emails before they're willing to get there? Or you might need to have a front desk phone conversation with those folks before they're willing to come in and actually see the doctor, right? What are those offers? What's really enticing for people that are on those individual pages? I can't quite exactly answer that question for you, but people like free stuff. Free stuff is always a win. And if you're getting somebody in for annual agreements into the immersion and then into the Beyond Wellness tracks of your care program, hey, an Amazon gift card isn't that hard to pull off. A gift card to the local health food store, pick your poison. Something that you think that audience would pick up the phone and say, hey, why not? I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to spend some time and effort to figure it out because I know I'm getting compensated for my time. I don't know about you, but I like to get compensated for my time just the same. So give them offers they can't refuse. That makes sense? Anybody thinking, like, shoot, I need to give somebody an offer they can't refuse and I'm not doing it right now? Yeah. Goals. Here's a local Atlanta thing. You guys don't have a hockey team anymore, I'm sorry. But you do have a soccer team. Goals.